Hi and welcome. I have tried to prepare you. I have tried my best to prepare you on the things to expect when you're about to break the ladder, lose your virginity. So I'm going to talk more like generally today. I'm not going to be eating points. And I talked about the process. I talked about, the things that might happen to you. I talked about all that. But I didn't talk about the aftermath. And when I'm talking about the aftermath, I am saying that after you have done the do, you should know that you're not supposed to coil away from your partner. You're going to feel like retreating, like you're going to feel like being by yourself. You're going to feel like, oh God, I need space. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to feel like you need space. You just want to be by yourself. You don't want to be touched. You don't want anything. But that's not true. That's because you've just gone through a very emotional process, and you are thinking that the best thing to do is to be by yourself. You're going to have that thought. Most people did, yes. According to research, most people did. I did. So you're going to feel like, okay, I just want to be by myself. But it is at that moment you guys should bond. That's when you should bond more. That's when you should, that's when you should get close to each other. That's when you should hug the person. That's when you should hug your husband or your wife, of course. That's when you should talk them out of the pain they are still feeling, especially for the ladies. And it is not everybody that is going to be successful on the first try. Yes, some some is going to take 2, 3, more than 4 tries, yes, to be successful. But it's all worth the wait. I promise, it's all worth the wait. There's no need to be in haste. This is something that you are going to enjoy for the rest of your life, like they used to say. I'm not sure if the enjoyment is part of it, but seriously, you might not be able to get intro at the first try. It might be hard to get intro at the first try. While some on the first try say go. But if you need to rest, please rest. If you've tried for some time, you've tried for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I think you should give yourself a break. Because if you don't give yourself a break, the more you even try, the more you'll be feeling the pain. So I think you should give yourself a break. You should give yourself a break. Don't be so keen on making it happen on that day that you started, because it might not. I don't want to say it will not, but it might not. So please, if you need to take a break, rest, sleep, cuddle, do other things that would make you, excited. I'm choosing my words very carefully. Do things that will make you excited. Don't do things that would make you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to ever try this again. And yes, you're going to feel like you don't want to ever try it again. That's another thing. You're going to feel like you don't want to ever try it again. Anyway, the man will be talking about he'll be talking about his own experience very soon. I don't know when I'm able to pin him down, of course. But I sincerely would advise that you learn to take a break. Just take a break. You don't need to go all in at the first try. You don't need to be there on that day. You don't need to get to the promised land. There are other ways. So just calm down. Give yourself a rest. And then the last thing I would like to talk about here today. I said it's a 3-day something. I'm sorry I took a long time to post this. I just wanted to give my YouTube a break, a breathing space, before I post another long video. And so this is the third one, very, very important. If you are religious, it's important that you pray together. I know we've seen that post. Most of us would have seen that post where that man was like, before you have this with your husband, you should like pray and all. I think it's important. I think it's okay to pray. I think it's actually okay to pray. Yes, you could pray about it. I'm not saying prayer will take the pain away because it will not. I'm just saying that it's fine to actually pray about it. It's fine to pray about it. So, what are the things I've talked about through these three talks, three series? I talked about, if I can remember, I'm trying to get it now. I talked about you. What did I talk about? Okay, yes, the first one, I talked about you like being prepared, being ready. The second one, I talked about lubrication. I talked about patience. I talked about you being ready to feel the pain. I also talked about you taking it gently. I'm not saying this according to numbers now. I talked about you taking it gently, and I also gave you an advice that if the normal position does not work, you could try to sit. And somebody was asking me my DM that, how do you sit? You sit now. Just sit. I don't know how to tell you that one, but you know. The truth is, you will know. Your instincts will help you. You're going to know. So don't worry. Don't be bothered. As a new bride, if you have any personal question, please drop it in the comment section. And I'm going to attend to them as much as I can. And if I cannot, I'm going to refer you to people who are better. All right, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, I sell wrappers. That's one time one. Bye.